Call the meeting to order.
Hallstowitz.
Here.
Marvin Nolan.
Here.
Martin Perry.
Here. Pass out the sheet, recognize the guest. Yes.
It's back.
Native's doing good.
Doing good. How about
We
you?
recognize the guest. Now we're down to new business. Gary, have you heard anything about the plumber?
I just talked to him. He thought he was gonna have a representative from that Akron company come down, but he said he didn't. But they sent him a list of all the different parts on all of that. He's hung up on a job. He said he hoped to get finished out tomorrow evening where he could get out there. He's gonna get in touch with Randy or go out there and just go through them individually, see what parts they do need to get coming for them.
So he is gonna fix it.
What yeah.
Okay.
He said just bear with him. He said this job was one that he took on about 6 weeks ago and just getting it finished up.
Fair enough, but as long as he's gonna get on it.
Yeah.
Akron is the company that makes all those valves and stuff. That's the manufacturer of them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're kind of difficult to get parts for them.
Randy, I guess you saw this.
Yeah. Can you discuss it?
Yeah, I was there, I remember what Kenny did.
Well, this is just an updated deal on the Ten Commandments. Something everybody needs to know about is that we lost the lawsuit over the Ten Commandments, had to relocate it, and we had to pay legal fees. The balance on 11/18/2010 was $200,230.80. Since then, we didn't make payments on it for a long time for some reason, but we have now. And we've paid in $61,312 in interest. And we owe $138,794. We've got,
This is how much we paid on it, this is how much. we owe.
excuse me, we've paid $138,794, but we owe $121,500 on it in rough numbers. So, that's about $3,600 a month that gonna have to be made between now and then. And it looks like the payment right now, the interest, we've made 3 so far this year. The interest is running about $1,800 a month, and the payments, one of these ran $7,500, and then one of them's $1,521.
The interest is about 20 a day,
Yeah, about $20 a day.
600 a month.
So if what we're paying, that doesn't look like it's gonna keep up with it. Yes, it takes $3,375 a month just to make the payment. The time that's left.
This all happened when the other commissioner was in here, because he didn't pay for it the first 4 years. He said it was laid aside, that they could wait on the monies, and he wouldn't have to pay for it.
So the results of that is that that first 4 years is gonna come due right now, in the next 3 years. So that's something else that we're gonna have to take into account when we start looking at
That's
it.
the first thing I think we ought to ask, man, you're right about that, because I remember in my first year in office, we had to go to Muskogee to federal court, and when they declared that we owed this here, and that it was gonna go on an ad valorem tax, and then Kenny did say, well, we're not gonna pay it, and I said, not pay it, I said, you know, we ought to offer him $125,000, because we had the money at the time, you know, I think they'd have took it, but he didn't wanna do it. But that's water under the bridge. But what happened to the 4 years of tax collection on the ad valorem tax? That's the first question I think we need to ask.
That's a good question.
Because it was put on there by a federal judge here in Muskogee at the federal courthouse. So where did that money go?
And Gail said that she has done talk to Terry Patton about raising taxes to pay it. You're gonna have to do something, you know, that's what it's paid by.
It's already been put into a sinking fund. It was put into a sinking fund by the federal judge.
She called and told me better, you know, look at it and see what we needed to do.
Is the tax that's being collected not enough to make the payment?
Yes,
It was whenever it started.
but that's my question, Rick. Because I remember it was my first year in office, when we had to go to Muskogee to the federal judge, and he declared, you know, Haskell County owed this money. So we come back, and Kenny said, well, I'm not gonna pay it. And I said, well, we better just offer him, $125,000, try to wipe it out, but they didn't wanna do that at the time, but, and he said, we're not gonna pay it. And I'm like, well, I don't think we're gonna get by with that. But my point is when the federal judge declared we owed it, and it was gonna go on ad valorem tax into a sinking fund, and in that sinking fund, where'd the money go?
Was it ever added to the ad valorem and was it collected? Do you know that?
That's,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
it had to be, or we wouldn't be making these payments.
Yeah.
But if it was put on the tax roll, like the federal judge declared it to be on the tax roll,
There's 4 years collected.
where was the
It
4
didn't-
years, where are the 4 years collection?
Yeah.
Because I do remember Kenny said we wasn't gonna pay it. But
Was there 5 years there that wasn't paid?
4.
There's 5 blanks there.
Did we use the money somewhere else or?
not if it goes into the sinking
Well, it
fund, you
goes in the
can't legally
sinking fund, you
spend
couldn't
it.
use it.
You could, it has to go into the sinking fund. Well, there wouldn't be no money left time we went to the
One
courthouse
paid
schools,
that
you
year,
know.
one that year, two that year. Yeah. 3, 4 that year, 14. There's 4.
Well, look at this big payment here, that big one, that kicked all them up.
Let's see, it'll be,
What is the payment? Paid $57,000 at one time.
yeah, I think we caught it
Morning, Scott.
up. I'd have to look at that, could have been analyzed this way either. That's the balance at that time, that'd be 230.
Did Gail not answer that question?
That's
Oh,
what I
that
was
she
thinking,
could.
she's one.
Yeah, she's the treasurer.
Well, it started out in November of 2010. And in January of 2014, there was a $57,461 payment made. So, I don't know if they were catching up or what, but it looks like there was 3. See, here's the number of days, there's 3 years and partial, about 3 years there that wasn't paid at all.
And they made one lump sum.
Yeah. So it does look like they caught it up.
The payments is not consistent.
No.
They're just paying what they can, they're not paying a fixed amount. Something.
So it's 5 1/4, then it jumped to 6.
Randy, did they show who we owe? Did they sell? Because they talked about selling that debt.
Salem Law, this is Norman, Oklahoma.
But they, what's that organization? I guess they pay, they're the ones that pay Sam Law.
ACLU, wasn't it?
Yeah, but they might have hired, they were from Washington, the ones that come down and said, but they might have hired that Sam Law office.
I can understand a 1-year-old better than I can an attorney. We've got 55 prisoners right now in the jail. We're still in new business, right?
Yes.
We've got 55 prisoners in the jail, 16 of them are on the wing. That means we're about to move them between now and the end of the year. So, if we don't get any more, we'll have a reduction there. Still having trouble with the toilets. They've got bedding that y'all agreed to let them order.
They ordered that.
Yeah, and there's some other little issues up there, but they said they're getting by. And we talked to Golf about doing the repairing. And he's gonna approach it as soon as he gets off the job that he's working on.
How did the balance due and the balance paid come out of that?
This is payments been
I
made.
understand it says balance due right there.
Yeah.
You said the balance has been paid. Is that number there?
Get my rent money back.
No,
You have to have that back
that's this
first.
number here.
That's 199.
Before you can apply for it.
Oh,
So we paid $200,000 basically already. Still got
Yeah, read grant. You have to have that.
121 and 21.6, so we still got $143,000 to pay on it.
estimated a little over 200,000.
Is Gail taking that as they were done for more money or just an update or
They just want to know the last, we got 3 years to pay for it.
notify them?
Yeah.
You step it up a little bit. You want to talk about the things we've thought about doing here at the courthouse?
Yeah, we're going to new business.
We've got a machine rig with an auger on it, ready, sitting in the shop floor. We were gonna start earlier this week, but Rhonda brought to our attention that because we don't know where all the electrical and communication lines are around the courthouse, we didn't wanna jeopardize digging into some of them and ruin the election, so we decided to put it off till after Tuesday.
Rig elections, do we?
Huh?
Don't want to rig any elections.
No. Or cause any other problems that come along with it, but, so shortly after this election is over, sometime this week, weather permitting, we're probably gonna get in there and dig some test holes. And, what I'd like to do is, we drill these things 8 feet deep. We're gonna need some labor to haul the material off that comes out of the holes, part of it, and then we'd like to put some perforated pipe down in there and just cap it and see how much water accumulates in it. And they can always be yanked out, if we decide to forget about it or whatever, do something different. But, it'd be nice to know how much water is standing around the courthouse. If we put a little submergible pump in there and it pumps it out real quick, it's not coming in very fast, but if we put one in there and it just runs a steady stream, we know it's got an aquifer that's interfering with it and feeding it. So, we hadn't decided just exactly where we're gonna drill all these holes, but I'm guessing it's something 6 or 8, what do you think?
Yeah.
And we'll try to do that, towards the tail end of this week.
Veterans Day's Friday, so we're about to be gone Thursday and Friday, but I know I'll be at the ADCO meeting starting tomorrow in Norman. It's Wednesday and Thursday, but I'm leaving tomorrow evening. I'll be there early Wednesday morning.
I was down in the basement last week, and I was noticing the pressure gauge on the water pump that moves the water inside the courthouse, and it's surging really bad, it's spiking. And it's going from 40 PSI to 60 and sometimes to 80.
They call it air in line.
And I'm wondering if y'all could get Ron to bleed this thing out, or offer him some help or something to try to.
Bleed it all the time. I don't know, for some reason it keeps getting out.
Well, the only place it could get air is at the packing gland at the pump on the suction side of it. So I don't know if the pump needs maintenance or repair or greasing or what, but if we could keep that air out of it, it's gonna eliminate a lot of this leaks, because right now it's just water hammering. Every time that pressure spikes up, you gotta remember these old pipes have been in here since '31. And I think it'd eliminate a lot of problems for him and leaks in the courthouse if you could kind of keep that air purged out of it. And there's an automatic purging system down there. I don't know if it doesn't work or.
He claims he has to drain it every morning in the winter. So. Of course, we haven't got to winter time yet, but this year.
I mean, there's a system to purge the air out down there.
I don't think it's working.
But we could make it where it's a mechanical or manual operation instead of an automatic. And just go down there and open the valve and purge all the air out of it every day and replenish it. But I think it would sure stop a lot of the leaks that we're having, to keep that pressure constant.
Good. Yeah, he do it every morning. I know he was doing it last winter, he was doing it every morning, but he had to.
Anything else to do business?
Does anybody else have any new business? We'll leave it open till we get to the signing meeting. Well, if there's not any more new business, then we'll go on to item number 5, sign appropriation transfers, check, receipt, and approve POs. Need a motion on item number 5.
I'll make a motion. I'll second.
All in favor?
Marvin Miller,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Foster.
Yes. I'll make a motion on item number 6 to approve commission's proceedings from last week's meeting.
I'll second.
Foster,
Yes.
Marvin Miller,
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
They're all from the sheriff's office.
Speaking of,
Item number 7, need a motion to approve blanket POs.
I'll make a motion. I'll second.
All in favor?
Parker, Perry,
Yes.
Marvin Miller,
Yes.
Foster.
Scott, are you here for the 324A claim form?
Yes, sir.
All right. Number 8 is discuss, consider approving a 324A for landowners on Star Road project.
Scott, what is this exactly?
That's there. Who is that landowner there?
Behind right of way for a certain job.
Just for a bridge or for the whole road? Widen it or something?
He's doing the road.
This is part of the right-of-way acquisition for that road there on,
We're gonna widen that whole Star Road?
I haven't seen the plans on it, but.
How far down?
This is all West County?
12 miles,
Well,
when it's all said and done. It'll be done in phases.
Where's it located?
Star Road, there, east of down, north highway 9.
We have signed one of those for every
12
landowner.
miles to the T.
That's in Clark's district. This, I don't know how far it is down there.
Is it 12 miles down there to the T?
Going all the way down there to where, to
3.5
the,
Okay.
court property,
To the cordial?
yeah. All the way to the county line.
Yeah.
That had me tricked there. I didn't realize that the full county come up in there like that.
Mm-hmm.
I would've thought that'd been Floyd County.
Yeah.
When we get in there, speed forward.
Yeah, right over there, you have 962 instead of
That's just done in.
966. You go to 966?
I don't know if you signed that or not.
Yeah, so you can go to 962.
I want you to.
Wasn't there something like 50-something landowners on that project?
60.
60.
60 different parcels down through there.
The water and stuff too on that?
Yeah, there's all utilities, electric, and water. And we got a propane tank sitting there, or a natural gas tank that's gonna have to be moved over. Little tank sitting there, it's about, 2 miles 9 there on the west side of the road. It's sitting, running, you know which one I'm talking about, the gas tank?
Just a
propane tank.
wastewater tank,
Uh,
dump tank, wastewater.
I don't think it's a dump tank, no, it's,
I think you're on the wrong road. There's a propane tank on the
Landing road.
on the landing road, but the other one don't got a propane tank.
Star Road's got one on it.
2 miles north.
Yeah. On the west side of the road. Not a very big one.
There's 18,000 on that. landing
Is
road.
it well site with a pulsation bottle on it, maybe, you think?
I don't see no, I don't see none of that. I just see it,
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I don't think
Yeah.
it's privately owned. Anyway, they're gonna have to take it and turn it from running east and west to north and south.
And give that back to the state.
And they'll get it out of the right of way.
Yeah. I'm thinking that may be a pulsation
I'll
bottle.
have to make the copy for Mason, because she's no straight
Separator.
over here.
Ain't it gray, Scott?
I think so. So, I mean, it's not a real big one, but it's.
Yeah. Got that separator or something on, for enable midstream.
But I didn't see nothing else around there, so that's what had me going.
Yeah. I think there used to be a compressor site up there, but they ain't got it more a long time ago, but there's one there.
But anyway, you know the location I'm talking about. About
Oh,
2
yeah, I'm
miles
pretty sure.
north of Highway 9 there
Yeah,
on the west side of the road.
side there,
Yeah.
I think we did some work in that little spot before. I think there was an old pulsation bottle sitting there, but
Okay.
I don't know.
Scott, you got, how many of the 60 do you already have?
I mean, you're asking the wrong person.
How many what?
How many of the parcels do we already have acquired? Do you know, Clark?
No, I don't have a specific number. She had all of them but a couple of
Yeah.
the first 3.5 miles. That was her goal.
She's got one of them, the landowner, he's in prison, and you can't get over
Yeah, we're
him.
running into.
And that's on the east side of about where this propane tank's at.
Yeah.
right in there. I think he's got an 80 right there. Hey, man.
Yeah.
So, but other than that,
Condemn something like that?
yeah, she's got to go through the court system to get condemnation on that. But I would be safe to say she's got 80% of them acquired.
If they can be got, Debbie will get them. Right, I need a motion on item number 8.
I'll make it,
I'll second.
Martin Perry,
yes.
Paul Stewart,
Yes.
Marvin Miller.
Yes.
Item number 9 is monthly reports for the health department and county clerk's office for October 2016.
All right. Thanks, Scott.
Thank you.
See you, Scott.
Did you get your signs?
What's that?
Handicap.
Handicap signs?
Yeah, they're up.
Okay.
Yeah, they're up. That next one.
That sure looks nice.
Yeah, I told Rick last week he done a super job on that. Looks good. All right, on item number 9, on the monthly reports, I'm gonna make a motion and we approve those.
One second.
Paul Stewart,
Yes.
Marvin Miller,
Yes.
Martin.
Yes.
Scott, I moved to earlier. Item number 10 is discuss and possible take action to sign a resolution for Elm Branch Bridge project. Who's,
Gary Harrison sent this to the county clerk. It's a bridge in my district that we.
I have one on Elm Creek myself,
Do you?
but this is for yours.
Well, I thought it was. I didn't know you had one on Elm Creek.
He's on it, my shop down there. It's a beautiful car.
Well, it's,
Yeah.
I'm sure, we have some bridges coming up on the 5-year plan.
This is one that's getting about ready to start.
Yeah. It's still, it used to be called BR, but they changed it to STP, but it's still comes to the certain money now. It's divided up.
There's 2 Elm Creeks.
I get it.
Well, the Elm Creek might run to his district, but yeah, I built one on Elm Creek.
This is about a quarter of a mile north of the other, just out of town.
But you'll have to get the DA to sign off on this and then you'll have to get it back to Gary. thinking about maybe getting some easements for that. It's into the papers. My dad would just take care of it. Okay, my DA signed it.
That's right.
The DA has to sign it.
But I just have to
Yeah,
test
yeah,
y'all.
test it, but make sure that gets back to Gary Harrison and ODOT. Maybe that or get it back to CD and they'll get it
I'll
clean.
just use my test.
Yeah. But I mean, if it's gonna get nailed back, they're gonna shut the process down. All right, we need a motion on item number 10.
No, I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Martin Terry,
Yes.
Marvin Miller.
Yes.
Paul Stewart.
Yes. All right, item number 12 is to discuss and consider engaging with New Cobb Associates, architects and engineers to make floor plan of courthouse.
Item 11.
Item 11, I apologize. Hey, was that what we talked about last week about they had to give us the estimated price not to exceed?
It is, they've given us an estimate for the design phases of if we wanted to come in and do them. You know, we still don't know what we're gonna do or how we're gonna do it, but this company is capable. If it goes through grants or federal funding, they are in step to do all the necessary requirements made so that the funding could be available if it is available. So what we're doing is we're partially engaging with them to design a floor plan of the courthouse as it's present. And then if we elect to later on, they've given us estimates and rates that we can discuss along the way. Depends on what direction we go as far as financing and accomplishments. But their design phase is $29,700. Design elements is $4,700. They give an hourly rate of $135 an hour for an architect engineer. A project manager is $100. A junior project manager is $85. Production is $75. Clerical is $45. And local architectural representative is $75. If we make a call, there's a 4-hour minimum. They charge 55 cents a mile round trip. Their estimate to do the heat and air is $225,000. Electrical would be $25,000. Fire alarm system would be $35,000. Fire protection would be $12,500. Ventilation, dehumidification systems for the basement would be 5 total, is $15,500. We've got a 7.5% contingency, which is a normal figure that for up and down adjustments. But total construction estimate to put new heat and air and electrical and fire alarm system, everything that I mentioned, which all the demolition, if any, would be done by us, is $336,475. That's using split systems. And he's gonna work with.
Is that what they advise, the split system?
No, they're not totally recommending that. We've asked them for every avenue. So, once we get a little bit more involved in it, you know, get the floor plan, floor plan's gotta be done first. And once that's done, and they're offering to do that for $4,020 for the floor plan.
So right now, that's what I thought, that's all we're doing.
We're obligating ourselves to $4,020 worth of expenditures for them to come in and measure every room in the courthouse, swing every door in the right direction. They'll mark out where all the ways are for the plumbing, electrical, you know, where all the electrical bank is, refrigeration and heat, elevator and all that stuff. And it's $4,020. So we would need a motion if we accept this to move forward with it.
What do you think, Clark?
Well, I mean, if we're gonna move forward with the project at all, this is gonna have to be the first step, the way
Right.
I understand it. To get bids, we gotta have this, is that
Right.
right?
And this can be used for future too, because there is no plan, floor plan, or anything of the courthouse itself, and then this could be a record to be used for years on.
That needs to be kept for the future use.
Yeah.
You would have thought there would have been an original plan.
There is a set of original plans somewhere, just nobody can locate them.
Yeah.
And, but you gotta know this, that there's also drawn in 1931, there's been bathrooms added,
Yeah.
been additions, elevators been added, electrical's been changed. So this will at least give us an up-to-date footprint right now of what we've got to work with. And, like stated earlier, we'll have it from now on, it's on a thumb drive, so we can all have one instead of just one limited, you know.
Well, I make a motion, we go ahead with this phase.
I'll second, I believe we need it. Sooner or later, we're gonna need it, I hope, hopefully. You need roll call on it.
Parkman,
Yes.
Foster,
Yes.
Marvin,
Yes.
With that being done, do you want me to initiate this, or
That's gonna be my next question, do you want to?
I'll take care of it?
All right. Just call and get a PO. And you know the auditors, how they do it, we don't get a PO.
I'm not worried about the auditors, I gotta get one out of her.
I know, but they like to get them before we take it on.
Well, this is an estimate, this is not a,
Right, you can get the estimated PO. And then, but I mean, the PO needs to be dated before their invoice.
Did you need old Scott? He coming back now?
No, we don't need it. Cause you had your stuff, you had that in the brain. Well, I guess with no other business, I'm gonna make a motion we adjourn.